Kauffman. I am a longtime member of Hadassah Nassau. Today, I want to introduce you to Marnie Ives of Krön Chocolatier here in Great Neck. And she is going to show us how to dip fruit and some other wonderful sweets in chocolate. She's going to show us what they do in the store and how we can translate that at home for our own enjoyment. So thank you, Marnie.
Thank you. My name is Marnie Ives. As Amy said, I've been at Krön Chocolatier for 25 years. So welcome to our kitchen. We're going to show you how we make some things in our store, and then I'm going to help you try to do this on your own at home if you want to, or you could just come to the store and buy it from us. But a lot of people like to make things at home. The most important thing to remember is that you have to start with quality ingredients. So we use like a real quality chocolate that we chop up. You could buy a very high quality chocolate bar in any store. I don't love using chocolate chips. They tend to have a wax coating, and when you melt that down, that wax is in there. So I would recommend at home, for home use, buying like a real chocolate bar. It doesn't have to be a high cocoa chocolate. It just could be any chocolate, milk or dark, and chopping that up. And we're going to get back to that later. For now, I want to introduce you to the star of our kitchen, which is our big tempering machine. It can run about 50 or 100 pounds of finished product a day. And it works by melting the chocolate overnight to 100 degrees and then cooling it off in the morning to 85. And then the workable temperature is about 90 or 92. And those temperatures are very important. So when you do something at home, which I'll show you, you also need to get up and down in those temperature ranges to make your product stable and go in the fridge and come out and not be a melted mess, which can happen. So Amy is going to help me. We're going to dip a few strawberries in the bake machine and maybe some cookies. And then I'm going to show you a way to use the microwave and melt the chocolate down and dip things to enjoy with your friends or your family at home. So let's get started. So we have some things like ready to go. It's always good to have your stuff ready to go so you're not, running back and forth to your fridge with chocolate all over your hands. We have some strawberries, some little grape clusters, dried pineapple, and some big delicious chocolate chip cookies. And the first thing that you want to do is, after you've rinced and dried your fruit, is hold it tight by the stems, and we dip it right in the chocolate and then put it down on the tray. Just give it a little bit of a wipe so it's not dripping all over, and then put it down just like that. And if you wanted to decorate them, once they're on the tray, you could do that. That's like a nice shiny white and dark sprinkle. So let's do another strawberry, because the strawberries are kind of a good thing that you would do at home. We do a lot of strawberries here at Krön. We're going to do one more strawberry.
This is the dark chocolate?
Yeah, this is dark chocolate.
Can feel the warmth of the machine.
Yeah, this machine, it's not hot. Like, you could never burn yourself. It's about right now 92, just below body temperature. Let's do want to do a cookie? Hold it tight, dip it halfway, and put it down.
How raise it?
That's it.
Dry up.
So normally we would put this tray right into the fridge. Takes about 5 minutes, and then they're ready. They'll come right off the paper, and you can put them on a plate and serve them to your guests. So not everybody has a machine like this at home, I'm assuming. We're lucky enough to have 2 of them here, which runs all of our chocolate all day long. But at home, you can still do this. And again, you want to start with the best quality chocolate that you can find, kind of in these big chunks, so it melts uniformly. You can absolutely use a microwave. It's the best way to go. Some chocolate is getting ready in this microwave. All it has to be is melted and not cooked. So as soon as it starts to melt and you are seeing that it's melting, you don't want to keep cooking it, because it shouldn't be up 200 degrees. It should really just be 100 degrees. So this chocolate is fairly warm. And what I said before about that this machine is 92, it's right below body temperature. So if you feel this chocolate and it feels warm to the touch, it's too warm to dip it, which means you have to stir it. Smooth. You have to stir it until it cools off a little bit. I would pour a little bit of chocolate right onto a clean marble and kind of move it around a little bit so that it cools off. So once you have this chocolate cooled off a little bit so that it's a little cooler than body temperature, you're ready to dip things in your own kitchen. Use the same tray. So let's do this. So let me just stir this a little bit more and get this a little cooler. This is a lot of chocolate. If you were doing this at home, I think you should use a little bit less.
How long do you have to dry the fruit? How do you know what's
So
ready?
that fruit, I would prep it half a day in advance. So if you're tipping this like before dinner, I would not wait till after. If you're serving this for dinner, I would do this in the afternoon or before you even start making dinner. I would prep the fruit in the morning, let it dry, paper towels, let the strawberries really dry. Any water and chocolate don't mix, so you absolutely want to have that like clean and dry and ready to go. So we can use this bowl.
Same thing.
Yep, same thing.
Twist the top a little.
Hold the leaves. And put them down. And you can see of course they're going to look the same because you're doing the same method. Here at the store,
Start drying too fast.
yes, those are drying pretty fast. It's pretty cool in here. Here at the store, we do also dried pineapple. We do cookies. And this is one of my favorite things, which is really cool. Not a lot of people do this, which is a little cluster of grapes. Just make sure that they're tight on there so they don't fall off. And we like a little cluster that's like 3 grapes, and we just kind of swirl it around in the chocolate. I like to let some of the grapes show. Put it down.
Those are neat. I've never seen chocolate.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. They're delicious, and they're beautiful, and a really nice high antioxidant snack. Grapes and dark chocolates, almost like having a glass of wine.
Is there any fruit that doesn't work?
Maybe some of the stone fruits like peaches. They're so they have so many like wet pockets that you can't dry it off effectively. We do fresh pineapple, but we pat it between, like we'll make a slice of fresh pineapple and pat it between some paper towels so that it's like drier than fresh, not as dry as dry.
The chocolate.
Yeah, if you put chocolate on water, it's just a bad mix. It just won't stick. So this is something you can absolutely do at home, and pop this tray in your fridge for 5 minutes. And these strawberries, which you can see, they've been on the tray, they come right up. And you can handle this, you could put this on a plate, and it's ready for your guests. So
How do you store them?
we make this fresh every day, so we really don't store them. Like they're here. This is today's batch. This is today's batch of fruit. So we'll sell this today and more. This will go out through the day. So we don't really store it. If you're doing it at home and you need to save some for the next day, you can save it in a, not in a sealed Tupperware, but just like on a plate in your fridge. Thank you for coming to the Krön Kitchen. I hope that everybody got some really good tips on how to make some chocolate-covered treats at home for your family and friends. Thank you to Hadassah for joining us in our kitchen and checking out how we do things and bringing this home to everybody else.
Thank you so much, Marnie.
You're welcome.
For showing us how to make such delicious treats.
My pleasure. My pleasure. We didn't even get to eat anything, but maybe you'll stick around for a little while.
Absolutely.